I have a question for you kids. Have you ever noticed that the ocean is never still? It's constantly moving, and there's constant waves. So this leads me to the next question. What are waves? How are waves created? Think about these questions for just a moment before we dive into our discovery. Waves are created by energy passing through the water, causing it to move in a circular motion. So when you see the waves, they're actually moving underneath the water in circles. However, water does not actually travel in waves. For instance, the particles and the things that are within the water don't travel with the wave. They kind of move back and forth underneath the wave, inside the wave. Waves transmit energy, not water, therefore keeping the water in place. And there's definitely different types of waves as well. First one we'll talk about are wind-driven waves or surface waves. So waves are mostly caused by wind, and hence the name wind-driven waves or surface waves. And these waves are created by the friction between wind and surface water. So when the wind comes on top of the water and it's hitting the water, and the surface water is being disturbed by that wind, that's what creates the surface waves. A wind blows across the surface of the ocean or lake or body of water. The continual disturbance between the wind and the waves create a wave crest. And you can usually see a wave crest anytime you're at the beach or you're surfing. It looks like it curves at the top. It's just cresting. These types of waves are found globally around the world, across the open ocean and along the coast. Most potentially hazardous waves can be caused by severe weather, like a hurricane, for instance. The strong winds and pressure from this type of severe storm causes a storm surge. And what a storm surge is a series of long waves that are created far from shore in deeper water. And they intensify, they get stronger as they move closer to land. So when the hurricane super long waves finally hit the shore, they're so intensified, they're so strong that they cause a lot of damage on the shoreline. Other hazardous waves can be caused by underwater disturbances that displace large amounts of water quickly, such as earthquakes, landslides, or volcano eruptions. So when an earthquake happens underneath the water or a volcanic eruption underwater, the long waves once again create a tsunami. So storm surges and tsunamis are not the type of waves you usually see on the shore, of course. And tsunamis can start underground and they work their way up in a circular motion, and they can get so high and cause so much devastation when it finally hits land as well, similar to a hurricane. These dangerous waves, such as hurricanes and tsunamis, roll up on the shore like a massive sea level rise. So they can be so high in the air when they come on shore, as big as a tower, a house. It's absolutely scary. And they can reach far distances on land when they actually hit land. Another type of wave we'll discuss are called tides or tidal waves. The gravitational pull of the sun and the moon on Earth causes these tidal waves. So the gravitational pull from the sun and the gravitational pull from the moon create these tidal waves. It is a common misconception that a tidal wave is also a tsunami. It's not the same. The cause of the tsunami is not related to tide information at all. Waves are created by energy. So these tidal waves are really forceful and have a lot of energy that they form hydroelectric energy. So we can use that energy on land as well with certain types of electronics and wind turbines. When waves crash onto our shore and land, they can cause an immense form of erosion. And especially over the years and over the decades, the effects of erosion can be quite massive and quite concerning and sad. Now that we've learned about waves, what can you tell me about them? How are they created? What different types of waves are there? How about what are the one or most dangerous waves that can occur? Great answers. So since we have this information, let's do a couple of experiments about waves. So the first experiment that we will do will be to look at the cause and effect of erosion. So the waves hitting the shoreline, what does it do to our shoreline and our land? And that's going to be the first video right below this. The second experiment that we will try will be to create our own ocean. Doesn't that sound crazy? Well, it'll be so fun. That experiment is going to be right under the erosion video below. Let's have some fun and make some waves.